Welcome to a special edition of the You Name It Show.
Hola, Jerry.
Hello, Dan. Do you hear that car?
Yep.
Precisely at the moment we start the recording, before we can even tell anybody that we're sitting in your car doing this now.
Yes, we're sitting in my Jeep.
Because
the mobile studio.
Yeah, we didn't have any time to do the normal mobile studio.
Yep. Plus all the offices at work, the meeting rooms and stuff were booked.
So
and
now,
Jerry's going to rush off and go to dinner with his beautiful wife, Lisa.
yes.
And I'm going to rush home and get my dartboard fixed by Randy,
the Egyptian Mikhail. I hope you listen, Randy, just so you can get mad at me.
he probably doesn't.
I like Randy. He's fun.
He wants to be on the show, though.
Yep, this was his chance, but then we shuffled around all of our plans. Let's see. What was I thinking?
What do you have for us this week?
What do I have? I don't have my show notes up.
Oh, that might help.
Everybody, can you hear the beautiful nature that's going on?
Chirping woman.
Because we are two
Chirping women.
chirping women.
We're in Southfield.
That goes right to what I was going to say anyway.
Chirping birds.
That we are two creeps in a car right now in this empty old parking lot just because there was shade there to park under.
And we just decided to do a show. Hey, we got the laptop, we got the mic. Let's do a show now and get it out of the way.
Knock it out, everybody. Let's see. Show notes. Pulling up the show notes. Gavin, what do you got? Anything?
Well, we could talk about our listener friend that suggested the drinking game, the new You Name It drinking game.
Say that again.
I can't spit that out again.
Do it with your announcer voice. It's easier.
The new You Name It drinking game, brought to you by the You Name It podcast, with the ideas and rules brought to you by...
We had a message from a listener in Phoenix, Arizona, Mr. Tom B., and he wrote in to say that he wanted to create this drinking game. I don't remember what the rules are.
Well, he said him and his best friend, or his only friend, Bernadette, have been playing this at night, and they've got different rules. And like one of them is whenever I say the word finger,
finger,
they have to drink. And then whenever you become a pompous ass,
boy, are they going to get drunk.
Yep. And then whenever when you get me to say fuck you, Jerry, they drink for that. What are some of the other things they can drink too?
I don't know. Now I can't think. We didn't really explore it too much off the air.
Whenever I get racist.
There's a lot of drinking too.
Depends how much you want to drink.
I'm going to guess that Tom really likes to drink.
Could be.
Probably sits in a hot tub and drinks all the time.
And tries to get invited places.
Probably. Doesn't make any sense to anybody out there, does it?
So I guess the question is he drinking wine, or is he drinking whiskey, or is he drinking just to drink?
I don't know. I can imagine a lot of whining.
Yeah. Definitely a lot of whining.
So, Tom, we've shared the news, and maybe other people can come onto the Facebook page and let us know what we'll create a whole set of real rules. We'll compile them. Or we'll just take down what you say, like Jerry's a fucking idiot, and we'll just repeat it on the show just so you'll be happy.
Yeah, and it could be your idea.
Acknowledged that I understand what a bad person I am.
It could be your idea, and we could do stuff for you.
That's what we do here at the You Name It show. We do things for you. Let's see, what can we complain about? I have a complaint.
Okay, complaint time.
60 Days In is a TV show on some stupid channel where they throw 6 people into jail for 60 days.
Okay.
They pretend they're doing a little documentary, so they have a camera crew that comes in and out occasionally.
Mm-hmm.
But at this particular jail, they have cameras already in place all around.
Mm-hmm.
They're already taping everybody. Taping. What year is it? Recording everybody. So it's an interesting show because there's tons of criminals in there that treat everybody like shit, and it's fun to watch. But these people on their exit interviews were acting like they were fucking digging a Shawshank tunnel. It was so stupid. These people were acting so over the top about how horrible it was in there. And if you watch the show, you realize all it really was let's avoid the guy who wants to punch everybody, and then I'll lay down and read a book for 2 months.
What a boring concept.
We'll eat some shitty jail food. We'll complain about the laundry.
So were they like Brooks when he got out and they had to end up hanging themselves? Brooks on Shawshank?
No, but I wanted to hang myself watching the show at times.
Some of these dumb concepts, it's like, who the fuck is going to watch this shit?
Although I did watch every episode.
Did you? Oh.
Yeah. Well,
right.
There's interesting parts to it, but it just surprised me at how much of whiners they were. Speaking of whiners.
Whiners?
When they came out. Because nobody got hurt.
Mm-hmm.
And the women in there, because they did men and women's sides of the jail, the women were just, it was no different than a bunch of high school girls complaining.
See, they should have them have contests.
Like what?
Like taking on the prison guards in a football game, maybe, in front of a crowd, and
or a rodeo.
And then they can get an old former football player that was in prison. Oh no, that was a movie.
Yeah, that was a movie.
They did that already.
Horribly redone by Adam Sandler.
Oh God, why did they? Did you see they're redoing? God, what is that movie they're redoing now? I just saw a clip for it. I'm like, oh, the Independence Day.
Yeah.
Why are they fucking redoing that? It was good the first time.
Money.
Just keep the ball rolling.
Maybe Bill Paxton needs a job.
Fuck.
Wait, was that his name on there? Bill?
No, that was, you're thinking Twister.
Yeah. What's the guy who played the president?
Who did play the president? I'm not sure. Anyway,
he needed a job.
I know Will Smith.
Jeff Goldblum. Just throw him in. We know he's in there.
Will Smith played the.
Is he going to be in the new one?
No.
That ought to tell you something about it, right?
It's going to suck.
I don't know. We'll do a review on it. Speaking of reviews, how's your Glow Bowl?
It is still going strong. I thought it was going to die. I thought the battery was going, because I walked in and it was red, and you know it says it'll blink red when the battery dies. It blinked red twice, but then it continued working.
Maybe it was just crying because of the treatment it gets at your house.
Probably. It's peed on and all kinds of stuff.
I can imagine it.
Hey, you know what heaven is like?
Okay, tell me what heaven is like.
In heaven, you could search for porn without any pop-ups or viruses.
Is that what
that's what
like?
Heaven's all about? That's what I'm.
How drunk were you when you wrote that one?
I don't know. I can get rid of it now. That's the good part, is I can delete it from my list.
No pop-ups in heaven.
No pop-ups in heaven. You could.
Do you sometimes just sit around and think, how offensive can I be? And then try and figure out a way to get there?
Yeah, I actually do.
Because now all the Christians that listen, as if there's any, they're all mad at you.
That's what heaven's all about. No pop-ups when you're searching porn.
Let's see. Let's get rid of some old topics.
Okay.
Who gives instant tickets for gifts?
Gloria.
Gloria does?
Yes.
Oh, Davin, I bought you these scratch-off tickets.
Oh, you won $20.
Now, I'm hoping if you really win big, you'll give me some of the money.
Exactly.
That's the problem with that shit, is that people will give you instant tickets, and then you got to feel like shit if you win something big, like you owe them something.
Well, she gives my kids them, too. And all the grandkids
and it's illegal.
Yeah, they can't cash them in, so then they got to give them back to us. And now I got a scratch-off ticket, and I got to give my hard-earned cash to my kid because my mom gave him a fucking scratch-off that won $20.
Oh, here you go, dear.
Gavin,
Here's your new gambling habit.
just buy that ticket off of Kendall. Just buy him. Buy it off of him. Give him the $20 now, and you can cash it in next time you're up at Speedway.
Because he won $20 on a ticket?
Yeah.
And you had to pay it off.
I had to pay it off.
See, you got drug into it now. So it's a terrible gift.
It is.
Instant ticket. Does she listen?
No.
Okay, good.
No,
I don't want to get mad at me.
She is so computer and... Oh, she called the other day about her cable being out. Oh. It's like, Mom, stop.
Her cable doesn't work. And she just hit the wrong input on the remote.
No, the cable was out in her neighborhood. But she's like, the TV's doing that thing again. You know, where the channels don't work and you can't see the picture?
I want to see the show about the girl with all the tattoos on her body with the Petoskey stones.
Where are you at right now? Mom, I'm a little busy.
Where are you
Well,
at?
are you at home or are you out of town? No, I'm at home, Mom. Well, can you come over and take a look at it? No. Kendall's having his birthday party over here. I got 12 teenagers in my house. It's 10 o'clock at night. Go to bed.
Go to bed. You're going to send your mother to bed with no TV?
Exactly.
That's weird.
It works, though. Oh.
So instant tickets are a bad gift.
Yes, bad gift. Should we go through one of my old ones?
Why don't we get them out of the way?
God, I've got some weird ones. I'll read off a couple, and you can go ahead and tell me. And some of these go back to Austin, Texas, and stuff like that.
They're old.
My mom's Yoda, but militant. Cut down her tree with a 4-wheeler, chainsaw, and a chipper.
I don't know what any of that means.
That was this crazy guy we ran into in Minneapolis, talking about his mom.
And he said his mom was...
My mom's Yoda, but militant.
What does that mean, though?
I don't know. It's just... I found it peculiar, so I put it in show notes.
I guess so. Yoda, but militant.
Yep.
I can't even figure out how to do a Yoda, but militant.
And this guy was like 50 years old, so his mom had to be like...
I'm going to guess he doesn't know who Yoda is.
85-year-old short little woodworker woman in Minnesota, using a 4-wheeler and a chainsaw and a chipper. What the fuck?
Sounds like she's on Fargo. That he should watch out a little bit.
Here's another dumb idea from the road. Those NutriBullet smoothie machines at the morning breakfast at hotels are stupid.
What, they have NutriBullet now? I haven't seen them yet.
Yeah,
that thing that you would pull apart yourself and load them all up.
They have a smoothie station at the fucking breakfast now, and they sat my ass right by the goddamn smoothie station.
Oh, so
in your fucking ear. It's like, it's brunch. It's Sunday fucking brunch, and you got a goddamn smoothie station NutriBullet.
Come on, they're just trying to provide value and keep up with the times.
Fuck that.
For your stay, Davin.
Yeah.
You think the world revolves around you and your hotel preferences?
Another one off the list, Jerry.
It is, Jim.
Little
kid baseball.
Okay.
Have you seen any little kid baseball recently?
Not recently.
I went to a little kid baseball game.
Okay.
I don't even know what to call it. Baseball match.
Match. No. Well, does everyone win? There's no winners or losers?
There wasn't a pitcher.
No pitcher.
No. Instead of having a pitcher.
It wasn't like coach pitching?
No. I don't know if it's a coach or not, because it turned into a mechanical thing now. Now they had a device, like a skeet thrower for people who shoot skeet.
Okay.
You load a ball into it, and the person stands there and like gives them a countdown. 1, 2, 3, go! And then they launch the ball at the kid, so that every pitch must try and be the same pitch all the time. To be fair, because you have to be fair.
You have to be fair, yeah.
Because that little kid might get a different kind of pitch than everybody else, and it might not be fair.
Yeah, you threw that one kid a curve because you don't like his parents.
Yeah, right.
Because they don't mow their lawn.
How about they play baseball instead of playing whatever game is that they're making up now?
Oh.
Because they have them all wearing... Now every single person in the infield is wearing some weird version of a catcher's mask, too. Covers their whole face.
That's just... And they're trying to do shit like... That's like the golf with the bigger fucking holes that they were trying out at some courses. To make it a faster game. Yeah, it was like the size of a dinner plate is the hole that you
I think we talked about that, didn't we?
Yeah, we did.
Or did Ryan talk about it even?
But I was at a golf course with Brad a couple weeks ago, and he's like, oh, no, that's the soccer holes. I'm like, what soccer holes? Well, you can kick soccer balls into them. It's like soccer golf. I said, no, it's not. That's that new fucking goddamn stupid... Let's get teenagers to play golf.
I remember we'll get more people interested in playing if it's an easier game.
And
we don't want an easier game. Stop it.
And I've got one of those frisbee golf course parks by my house.
That's different. That's a whole different sport.
Yeah, but are there scorecards? Do you get a scorecard?
Yeah.
Where do you pick the scorecard up? You got to download it online?
I don't know.
Because they don't have a ranger speeding up play.
Well, do you get your scorecards from a ranger?
Well, from
you
the
get
clubhouse.
them when you go pay at the clubhouse. They'll give you a scorecard. They probably just use a regular golf scorecard. Then they just how many times they have to throw before they can throw it and hit the pin or whatever it is.
Yeah, but how do you know if it's like a par 3 or par 4? Or it must...
It's written on the scorecard.
But it's a park with a pole and a net. And
it's a golf course.
No, it's in a park. It's a golf course park.
Oh, I've seen them at the golf course. You do the hole.
Oh no, this
you
is
go to the tee and you throw your frisbee off. Then you go pick it up. That's one. You throw it again. That's two. That's how it works. like you don't know how it works.
Hey Jerry,
fuck you, Jerry.
Fuck you, drinking. I hear somebody drinking.
Let's get serious for a minute, Davin.
Okay.
The accuracy on 9/11 calls is a big issue in the last couple of weeks.
Okay.
Did you hear anything about that?
No.
They had some news reports where they went this far. The first one I saw was actually kind of funny because they show the reporter and he's calling 911 and he's saying, yes, I was wondering if you could tell where I'm at, because he's calling on his cell phone. And the lady comes back, gives an address that was 4 blocks away from where he was at, and where he actually was at was inside the 9/11 center.
Okay,
the
so
911, I mean, not 9/11.
How did they explain the fact that I can find my phone and locate anybody I want, or myself, or my phone, but they can't pinpoint a person that's in need of?
They say that they don't have the technology. It's not up to date yet. And I'm figuring, if you could write a fucking app for your phone that can get you a pizza delivered right to where you're standing, that shouldn't be that hard in one of those big 911 centers with bigger computers and stuff. They should be able to.
Was this in the city of Detroit?
This was in the city of everywhere. Everywhere you go and you call with your phone, don't expect them to be able to find you from your phone location.
Wow.
They'd have better luck if they called Domino's and asked Domino's to find you.
Yep. And speed over, get followed by the police, so we have someone that'll help. That's weak.
It is weak.
Oh, hey, is saving a lounge chair at a pool the same as dryer etiquette?
Dryer etiquette. Oh, you mean like if you went and put your stuff on the chair?
Right. When we were in Fort Lauderdale, there was this guy and his wife, and they would come down first thing in the morning, going out to the pool, and they would lay their fucking towels and their little book on the chair to reserve it, and then they would go in and they'd have their brunch and their little fucking smoothies and do whatever, and then maybe they'd go on the boat and go fishing off the water taxi, and then they'd come back and then they'd come to the busy pool where no one can find a seat.
I heard fishing off the water taxi. Don't think that got by me.
And then they'd expect their seat back.
I say no. I say if you have something as a placeholder, if that shit sits there for longer than 15 minutes or so, then forget it.
Okay. So how do you handle dryer etiquette then? Like when you're having to do laundry at the hotel room and you wash it and your stuff is wet, you want to put it in the dryer, but someone else has the dryer and the dryer is stopped, but it's been done for an hour.
Okay, here's my answer to that. First of all, I'm not stupid. I don't do my own laundry at the hotel.
Okay.
I send it out.
Okay.
Just kidding. Just kidding. I've done it before, and this is what I did. I was at this hotel for a month one time for Court TV.
Okay.
And I went down, and they're all taken, and I noticed the dryer isn't running. I open it up, and it's got someone's clothes in it. I put their clothes on top of the dryer, and I put my shit in there. I think that's the proper etiquette, is it? If it's not running, you put theirs. I think there was a basket there that they left, and I put it in their basket.
Now, do you fold it for them?
I wipe my ass with it.
Okay. If it's women's unmentionables?
I still wipe my ass with it.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then you put it in their little laundry bin.
And then I hang it on the walls. And then I strip down naked and smear blood all over myself. And I wait for someone to come in.
And wipe your ass with it.
What if it's unmentionable? It could have been. I just grabbed a big pile of it and threw it in there. I'm not going to fold it.
Because I always think, well, maybe I should fold their stuff and be nice. But then I worry that they're going to come back in. It's going to be some beautiful woman and I'm folding her underwear.
That's why you shouldn't do that.
Okay, so I'll just pile it up.
Pile it up.
And then use their thing and they'll get pissed.
Yeah, because the way I do it, and I'm a dick, and we all know that. The way I do it is that I look at the timer
and sit.
And then I look at my clock.
Yes.
And then I go, hey, this is going to be done in 60 minutes. Right. If it's a dryer, maybe it's less. Maybe how much is it in the dryer? Like 40 minutes they do?
Yeah.
Whatever it is.
So you had 40 minutes to whatever time
you put how much coins in for time you want. Yeah. So I find out what that time is. And I compare it with my clock.
And then you come
And
back.
then later on, I look at my clock again, and I go, that's about ready to end, I believe. I better go down there and get my shit out of there.
Okay.
And then I do that.
So that's the responsible adult thing to do.
Yes.
That does not happen.
I know.
It just doesn't fucking happen. Okay, well, now I know what I'm going to do in the future.
I think you probably have already done that.
I've figured it out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think you pull out the clothes and you throw yours in there because you're mad and you want to get your shit done.
This is true. The worst is when somebody jumps ahead of you then. Like when you walk out and you're like, okay, they're going to be here any minute to pick this up. I'm going to go out and have a cigarette. Go out and have a cigarette. They come in, pick their shit up, and the next person throws their shit in. And then you come back in and you got to wait another fucking hour.
Oh, but there is a rule, though,
Okay.
that I forgot about. If you go in there and their dryer is done and you open the dryer, the dry clothes are sitting in there.
Mm-hmm.
But if you look on top of the dryer and you see another basket with wet clothes in it,
Yes.
you can't do it.
Yeah.
Because that means they're waiting to put their other load in there.
Okay.
So you're out.
So it's
of luck.
almost like pole position.
Yeah,
At a race.
it's a pole position. Dryers are almost exactly like pole position.
Yeah. They're in first place and you're in second and you just have to wait to move up in position.
You think we're talking differently because we're in this car?
Could be.
I think we are.
Well, it's because you're right next to me too. It's kind of fucking weird.
I don't like it. I don't like looking at you.
We have some of our best ideas in the car rides when we're going to lunch and stuff and
We do.
Speedway and everything else.
We went to lunch today with our friend Bill.
Yes, we did.
Speaking of Bill Christensen, spelled wrong.
Yep, it is spelled wrong. Different from mine.
He made me think of a topic because he lives on a dirt road.
Yes.
And apparently and he's been there a while, but this is like a wealthy area.
Uh-huh.
I realized that now dirt roads used to be where poor people lived
Okay.
because they couldn't afford to have a road.
Correct.
Now dirt roads are where wealthy people live to act cool because they're on a dirt road. Look at me. I'm way out on a dirt road with a big house on a dirt road. Isn't it quaint and almost poverty-ish?
I think it's because people don't cut down dirt roads because they don't want to get their vehicles dirty. So it's probably more quiet and relaxed. And
You think this is where they try and keep the riffraff out of their neighborhood by having a dirt road?
I think so.
But that's where the riffraff used to live, was on dirt roads.
That's true, but they don't anymore.
The world is upside down.
It is. It's crazy. It's flat. It's actually flat, Jerry.
People used to
The
live
world
on...
is not upside down. It's flat.
Rich people lived on paved roads. Now all the poor people do. And they've driven all the rich people out to the country where the poor people used to live.
It's true. They've all moved out of the city.
Thanks, Bill.
You've ruined it for all of us, Bill.
It's your fault. You know what else Bill didn't like today?
What?
Bill didn't like the fact that we as taxpayers subsidize sports arenas.
Okay.
I walked in today and I hear the complaining from half the warehouse away, and I walk up, I go, what's wrong with Bill now?
Exactly. Bill hasn't
Well,
paid
I just don't like the fact that we have to pay for these sports arenas. I agree with him.
And how much have you paid, Bill?
No, but we all pay. It comes out of our taxes. He goes, why does the billionaire who owns the team, who makes all the money off of it, get a free stadium built by all of us? Then charges us to watch his team.
Well, because hotel stays go up and it brings tourism to the area. I don't know. Maybe.
Yeah, but it would if he bought the stadium too.
That's true.
So it's a big crock of shit. They have talked about that quite a bit on shows like Real Sports on HBO and stuff like that. Because it is a scam. It's a political bullshit scam. We want your team in our town. So if you pay us a little bit of money, we'll make it free for you. Meaning the individual politicians that are probably getting kickbacks from all that shit.
Oh, I wonder how our stadium's doing with our
new one?
Yeah, the one we did the LED install at that had opening day the other day. Wonder how the crowds are going to be after opening day.
I just wonder
whether it's going to take off or not.
I wonder how your Facebook's going to be, since you're the one who added that as a place on Facebook.
Oh, to the new hockey arena. Yeah.
So whenever anybody goes to the game and they check in on Facebook, it might alert you.
It was alerting me, and I figured out how to stop it.
But you still have it. Because you could turn it back on again, right?
Yeah.
I want you to turn it back on again to see if you get 50,000 notifications.
For opening day.
You'll be like the most famous person on Facebook in Detroit.
It's like bing, 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 bing. Yep. Just what I need. Oh, hey. Hey. We have a little task for Peppy.
Do we? Wait, which one?
The transcript one. You want to explain to the listeners what your idea was?
I thought we should have done it first, but now that you teased him with it,
we'll have to get him to do it.
We're going to take up some pieces of the show and we're going to have them transcribed, probably by Peppy.
Because he's our unpaid intern.
Then we'd like to have him read them back in character voices, like a audio book.
Like he's imitating you and I.
Yeah.
I'm curious to see how he imitates me.
Me too.
And if he's good at it.
Because I can't even imitate him that well. I know how the other people do.
Hey, David, how are you?
He's got that Peppy voice. Hi, guys.
See, everybody's got a different way. They just raise their voice up in a weird way.
Yeah. The Peppy voice.
I'm surprised. One day he's going to snap. And he's going to beat the shit out of everybody's kneecaps. Because that's as high as he can reach.
That's true. Peppy the unpaid intern.
We have a giant in the warehouse now.
Yeah.
And just today... and I'll put the video up on our page, but just today, I made him hold a little tiny bottle of Tabasco sauce and say, "I'm a giant."
All giants talk with the deep voice.
Because I thought it would be funny. And he did it. So, that'll happen. You'll see that after this show goes up.
Hey, we were shooting darts the other night. We got hungry, and Bob was going to Speedway, and Paul from the Wonder Years said, "You know what? Can you get some pretzels?" So Bob brought back a plethora of pretzel products.
A
plethora. So we had
cornucopia?
A cornucopia, yeah. We had, it was 2 different bags of combos, which are pretzels with stuff stuffed in them.
You think these people don't know what combos are by now?
Yeah, you never know. We got listeners all over the world.
Wait a minute, you're right, because we just looked at how many countries have downloaded multiple episodes of the show, and it turns out that it's essentially every country.
Every country is listened.
Everything. Argentina. Name a country right now. Name a country.
Monaco was on there.
Yes, Monaco.
Who the fuck is listening in Monaco?
I hope it's Princess Grace's family.
That'd be nice.
Yeah.
And didn't we have some?
I hope I'm right with that royalty too.
We were getting like 100 something in China.
186, I think.
Listeners in China.
But that's just the Chinese government.
Yeah, that's true.
They're probably working with the NSA, who keeps listening to every episode in Hagerstown, Washington, D.C.
See, now if the NSA was smart, they'd go to Wyoming,
where nobody is.
Yeah, but we have listeners in Wyoming now. That's awesome.
We didn't count them because a couple months ago there was 2.
Okay, we should look at that statistic again and see if we've got some more listeners in Wyoming.
Yeah, because we still don't know what's there.
And I bet
wolves are there.
Yeah, I bet David Copperfield listens from that episode.
Probably
He's
David.
Probably a subscriber.
Did. I wonder if he went through the internet one day.
Searching David Copperfield.
He thumbed through the internet one day.
Thumbed through? No, he had his unpaid intern thumb through the internet.
And he came across the listing with his face on it that said, David Copperfield might be a pervert. And then said, wait a minute, who would ever think that?
The same people that think David Copperfield is a wizard.
Right. Fucking wizards. People do that, though. They'll think... I remember the big David Blaine thing where everybody started to think he was super mysterious because he'd act weird.
Yeah.
He'd be like, I want you to hold this. Hold this. Now open your hand. And there'd be like a bird in their hand or some weird shit like that. And then what happens is he gets out-weirded by Chris Angel, who then turned himself into a weird deity like he's a god. So he had David Copperfield. Well, he's a wizard, right?
Yeah.
Then you got David Blaine, who's like a super evil magical wizard, unlike an unmagical wizard. And then you have Chris Angel, who's a god.
Oh.
He's like and then his show. You ever watch his show?
Yeah.
The opening of his show made him look like he was some sort of a god. Like we were supposed to be. Oh, so Jesus is going to come on and do some tricks
and walk over. Lovely.
But yeah, it's weird because people actually think that that there's something magical going on.
Smoke and mirrors.
Smoke and mirrors. You got in the way of a topic.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, so because of the giant thing with the little bottle of Tabasco sauce. Here's the segue.
Yeah.
I came up with a brand new way to treat the street bums when we're on the road. You know, they're always coming up there asking for money or smokes. Now, you don't want to give them smokes. They're expensive, right?
Right.
You don't want to give them money because you know what they're going to buy with the money.
Crack.
Or booze.
Booze.
So instead, I'm going to start taking all of the little mini liquor bottles from the airplane, and I'll just pass those out to the bums as I walk to work when they come up.
Nickels.
Not nickels.
You can give
little
them
mini
nickels.
liquor botters, because that cuts right to the heart of the whole thing. When the guy comes up, hey man, I've been out of work lately. I know my clothes are ragged and they smell really bad. But just yesterday I lost my job, and I'll just go, here, have this little mini liquor bottle. It's what you want anyway.
Here, have some Jack Daniels and a Godiva chocolate.
And a Godiva chocolate, yes. I wish we had listeners who worked at Godiva. I wish we had 3 listeners who worked at Godiva chocolate.
They could be a sponsor.
That would be able to tell us how many times bums come in looking for chocolate.
I bet a lot. Lots of bums out there love Godiva chocolate.
I hope it sounds like we're plugging Godiva chocolate for no reason.
We are.
Oh, that's right. That's right.
You didn't let me finish the pretzel story.
I didn't know there was more of it.
Oh yeah. So the point was, he brought all these different pretzel things home. Have you seen this thing that they call it Munchies?
Yeah.
For the listeners, Munchies is Doritos, Sun Chips, Cheetos, and rolled gold pretzels, all in one bag.
Rolled gold, huh?
Rolled gold.
That sounds like weed.
Well, that's what I'm thinking. It's marketed to high-ons. Because that's all shit high-ons would just think were great.
In the name of it.
Is Munchies, yeah.
Dude, I got the munchies, man.
Whoa, dude, got the munchies.
Dude, do you have $1 or smoke or something, or a mini liquor bottle?
I'm thinking, how brilliant is this? The marketing guy at Doritos was probably walking around at lunchtime, looking at them, cleaning out the conveyor belts from all the different chips and stuff that they make and throwing it away.
Yeah.
And then the Mexicans working on the line were eating it for lunch.
Because that's where that comes from, is from the sides of the conveyor belts.
And the floor, the stuff
and
that's sweeping
the
up.
floor.
Yeah. So he probably thought, well, fuck, we're not making any money off of this shit. Let's put it all on a bag and call it Munchies.
You should work for them.
That's a brilliant idea.
Yeah. You know who eats munchies?
Who?
People who are high on drugs.
That's true.
Let's name it munchies. Yep. So those people will buy it.
What are other high on foods?
Bananas. I made that up. I couldn't think of any fast enough.
High-ons don't eat bananas.
Pizza.
Oh, pizza. Yeah, definitely. Any place like Puff. You were talking about Puff last week? Any place that delivers, because high-ons don't want to do anything.
Puff. What's Puff?
Puff was that app you were telling me about.
Oh, Go Puff.
Go Puff, that's it.
Yeah.
Where they can deliver you beer, smokes, all that other stuff.
Yeah, like it's a convenience store delivery place. It'll deliver you anything you can get at a convenience store. Go Puff. You should get them as a sponsor, too. But you know they named it that. Because it was either because people wanted smokes all the time or because they're on drugs.
Yeah, that must be.
I used to live in a house full of people who smoke weed. Every single person in that house besides me would smoke weed. Ah, Davin.
Lovely.
Now you got to see if it's working.
Oh, I'm sure it is.
Davin's computer just went to sleep.
Otherwise,
you can still hear me out there.
Otherwise, you'll have to make the swishy sound.
Davin's typing. Hey, it's still working.
Yep.
Gotta keep that thing alive.
We'll try. We're still sitting in a parking lot. It's freaking cool. The last part of the show, I'll drive back. We'll drive around a little bit.
It might ruin the show. The whole show would be ruined. It turned into a fiasco.
If you went off the script.
How much fun is it going to be for them to listen to the traffic noise?
That's true. They listen to me swearing at traffic. Move your fucking ass, you.
But these guys that lived in this house, every one of them, the normal day would be, I'd come home from work, I'd walk in the basement, they'd be smoking pot.
Okay.
All of them. And then came the pizza.
Right.
And then came the laying around in chairs watching TV all night.
And that's all they did.
I'm in my 20s.
Sounds like a teenager playing Xbox.
They didn't have those back then. But I'm in my 20s, and I always wanted to go out somewhere. So I didn't understand why they thought it was so much fun to eat pizza and watch shit on TV, even though they can't keep track of what's going on TV because they're so high. But, oh well, they're nice, quiet, roommates.
Yeah, when I was in college, I had high on roommates.
Yeah.
And we would partake, and we had
You said we,
the roommates, myself. Yes, I actually did smoke.
That's all right. People do that, and people have.
So anyway, back in the day, as Ryan would say, back in the day, we had a VHS player, and we would watch The Breakfast Club over and over and over again, and we never left the damn dorm room. It was
just watching that.
Yep, just getting stoned and watching The Breakfast Club.
Me and my friend Walt from Arizona, one night while we were drinking beer, watched Tombstone like 4 times in a row. Okay. But we just skipped all the sappy love scenes and went right to the good parts.
Okay.
So then it would be, all the good, Daisy if you do, and all that shit. And then it would be fast forward. There he is on a horse with the girl he loves. Oh, look, the girl. And then stop and go. And be like, smell that? Smelled like someone died. Get to the good parts. So I can see that. Breakfast Club. That's a good one.
I haven't seen Tombstone in forever.
That's a great movie.
Oh, here's another one for you. Sadie Hawkins.
Yeah, Sadie Hawkins. We talked about this outside a couple weeks ago, and it was during the time of the Sadie Hawkins dance that all over the nation, right?
Right.
So what do they call it? Some people call them Sadie Hawkins dance. I think in my high school they called it something else, though. What the hell did they call that? You could look it up. Damn it. Well, I can't because I think it was unique to different schools. It was, you have homecoming?
Yes.
This was coming home. And they reversed it where the girl asked the guy out. So the guy has to ask the girl out for homecoming, but then there was coming home. And the girl was in charge of that.
So for our international listeners,
yeah, if you can understand this language,
Sadie Hawkins, and this is how we go back to old time talk.
Yeah, well, let's start it up with, I'm trying to figure out why this Sadie Hawkins would have had to ask somebody out. Like, was she ugly? Was she just a plain old-fashioned slut?
We looked it up.
like she had to be a slut.
Well, I asked Siri.
Well, because you have to think about it in terms of how old this name is. It's a very old reference. So then the way they thought about females were very misogynistic. So it wouldn't be very natural for a woman to ask somebody out. Otherwise, she might be considered a slut.
Well, yelled. Cops are gonna show up here.
I know.
So Sadie Hawkins, here's where it comes from. It comes from the cartoon strip Little Abner. Lil Abner.
Yeah, Lil.
And that was from 1934 to 1978.
Okay.
And here's an old word for you. She was described as a spinster.
A spinster.
But I do like the idea that the women actually asked.
What was she, 16 or something?
Well, no, she was 34, and she'd never been married or had sex or anything like that.
Wait a minute. Slow down. We're talking about Lil Abner, comic strip.
Yes.
How in the world would you possibly know if she had sex or not from a comic strip?
Well, it said her parents were, worried that she was never going to meet a man.
That has nothing to do with having sex.
But she was ugly.
She's talking about getting married in a family comic strip. You're dragging in all this sex, although I didn't call her a slut.
Yeah, she is a slut. So anyway, we think she got laid.
We do?
Yeah, I do.
Okay.
She came up with it.
I don't remember
Sadie Hawkins dance. Because we were also discussing.
Well, her dad organized a competition to try and find her a husband.
Right.
And he said that they would all have to run. Like all the eligible bachelors in town would have to run. Yep. And if she caught one of them, that's the one, right?
Yep.
So, Sadie Hawkins dance. How'd that turn into what it is today? I've got no idea.
No clue. The girl asked the guy.
Everybody
and the girl is supposed to pay for everything, too.
She probably wasn't that ugly, either.
She was a spinster.
She might just have been a kook.
That's true. There's a lot of them out there. If you've ever been to Match.com, you'll know.
I have not. I rely on yours.
Oh.
Hitler's mustache was genius.
Okay.
Do you know why Hitler's mustache was genius?
Well, I'm sure you're going to tell me,
Hitler realized early on that if he had that stupid little square mustache over his lip, that everybody would fixate on his dumb, stupid little square mustache.
Yeah.
So that when the war is over with, all he's got to do is shave that off, and nobody knows what he looks like because all they ever looked at was the mustache.
That is brilliant.
So when he slipped away to live in Argentina and people came around looking for him, they're looking for the little mustache. They're not going to look for Hitler's face.
They're looking for the
all
mustache.
All he had to do was mess up his hair and shave it off, and it's all over with because nobody could pay any attention to anything besides that dumb little mustache.
And if he shaved it off, he should use the head blade.
He should use the head blade. Brought to you by Walgreens.
Magically make it disappear by getting David Copperfield to shave your mustache off with a head blade.
Head blade. It'll change your life, just like it did for Hitler.
Oh, God. Where the fuck do you come up with this shit?
I didn't know you were going to throw that head blade in here.
I had to throw a sponsor out there for no apparent reason.
This is our new game. Let's just throw in sponsors we don't have.
Every once in a while, I'll throw them in until they actually send us money or sue us.
Copperfield update. We already talked about him.
Yep, we did. You know, they need to bring those "What's Up" guys back.
Which guys are the
What's up? What's up? I think they need to bring them back at a Verizon or an AT&T commercial.
Yeah.
What's up? What's up, Jerry? What's up? I just want to make that sound.
I guess so. Because the setup for the whole thing. Just throw a cell phone in there just because they're saying what's up. What were they advertising? That's how good that worked for me because I don't even know what the fuck they were advertising anymore.
I don't know.
Beer? Was it beer?
It might have been. Yeah, Bud Light or something like that.
I don't want to do that anymore. The problem that happened this week is that a baby fell into
you're going here.
Little zoo area where there was a giant ape gorilla.
Yep, silverback.
Silverback grabbed its arm, drug the kid around, and then they had to kill the big giant ape.
Right, which is an endangered species, which made all the tree-hugging, animal-loving activist people up in arms. They didn't have to kill the gorilla. It's endangered. And well, you know what else is endangered?
The baby's head.
Baby.
That baby, the soft spot on that baby's head was in grave danger.
Have you ever seen a gorilla crack a coconut with his hand?
No.
I haven't either. I just figured.
But let's picture it.
I figured he can.
Let's all close our eyes and picture that coconut, and then think about that baby's soft spot.
And think about our giant at work. If he put his big hand on your head, or
I'm a giant.
I'll put my hand on Jerry's head and crush it like a coconut.
It's a dangerous situation for sure, I'd say. But
I think they should have shot the parents.
I don't blame those people because you know how kids are. When I was a kid, I was doing stupid shit all the time. Like, the kid, I don't know, how old was that baby? Old enough to probably do this, wait for the parents not to look and squeeze through the bars.
Yeah.
So that's what happens. It's not like it's the parents' fault when the baby's being sneaky.
Mm-hmm.
But here's the thing that happened after the fact. If they had only been able to wait a little while, then they could have gotten Bill Cosby to drug that ape.
And they could have saved him.
And then everything would be okay. Everything would be hunky-dory.
So you're saying Bill Cosby could have used a date rape drug on an ape?
He wasn't going to use that. He was going to use
white women.
No, he was not going to sleep with the ape. He was just going to
as far as we know.
Right. He was just going to use his skills at drugging people. His skill set he was going to use to help the community.
Was the ape a female ape or a male ape?
I don't know. I still don't think Cosby would have slept with that ape, though. I don't think he would. But I know this, though. He would have used the Michael Jackson drug on that ape, propofol.
Okay.
Because that's the best one to knock someone out with. Because Cosby wouldn't have wanted that ape to be even the littlest bit awake. So he was going for right out. Unlike his victims, who he wanted to be half awake so he can see the fear in their eyes.
Wow.
I just wanted to roll through some Cosby shit just so he could put his name on the title.
Well, that works. I got a question for you.
Because we get more people listening if you put in a celebrity name.
That's true.
Bill Cosby drugged an ape. Okay, I'm sorry.
Did you ever lose any of your kids when when they were little? not paying attention to them and they just disappeared?
I don't remember that happening. I know that I got lost when I was a kid at some point, but I don't know. Maybe I was probably too paranoid because I think I always was with kids. Like, I'm the guy who says, get away from the fireworks and climb down off of there. And everybody else is sitting there. All of the mothers that have kids around and all the dads, they show up, say, picture you're at a family party. Tell me if this isn't true. Family party, all the little kids go off and start doing dangerous shit, and all of the parents are trying to ignore the fact that they have kids.
Right.
And then there's guys like me standing around going, get down off of that. Stop.
Hey, stop. You can't pull that. Oh, don't do that. Ow!
Right. And I'm the one guy, and then they're going, relax, it's okay. They're just playing. And I'm thinking, he's got a knife. You know?
It's different when they're at your house and when they're at someone else's house, because you're always worried they're going to get injured or shit like that. Or
now I'm that way at everywhere.
Are you?
I'm always watching the little kids to make sure they're not going to get hurt.
Well, you talk to them like adults too.
I do. Hey, what are you doing over there? You got to work next week. You know? How are you supposed to drive home if you break your leg? I'm always talking to them just like they're humans or something.
Like they're humans.
Oh, so I probably watched our kids closely. I don't remember. Yeah, like we go on vacation to the Grand Canyon, and I spent half the time pulling them back away from the edge.
We actually had an Amber Alert for Kendall at a store, shut down when he was younger. We completely shut down the Bass Pro Shop. At Great Lakes Crossing. And it's because all of a sudden my ex-wife turned and, where's Kendall?
Yeah.
No idea. And had to describe what he's wearing. And they shut all the doors. They don't let customers leave. They get on the radios. We're looking for, he's got blondish brown hair. He's wearing a red, white, and blue shirt and khaki shorts and Nike tennis shoes.
And he's got a stupid look on his face.
You hear over the radio, I got him. He's over by the fish tank. He's by the big fish tank watching the fish.
Watching with a stupid look on his face.
He decided he wanted to watch the fish. He wasn't going to wait in line.
So then they go
pay for the merchandise with mom. No.
Call back the Amber Alert.
Exactly.
Block it before it hits the cell phones.
You know what? You guys can just keep them.
Amber Alert. Stupid kid. You made me think of something else when you were talking about that too. I forgot what the hell it was.
You never know with us, Jerry. You never know.
The kid lost, the Amber Alert. Yeah, whatever. I don't know. Kids are stupid.
Oh, I've got one.
So that baby fell in, the ape got it, the ape got blasted. Did you watch the video of the ape getting blasted?
I didn't see the actual shot, but I saw the ape drag the baby through the little river.
Yeah. Did it look like it wanted to kill it, or was it just looking like, hey, look what I found?
It was going to play with it for a while and then probably eat it.
I have a question. Was the baby crying?
No.
The baby was having a good time.
Getting dragged through the water and thrown up on the shore and
probably wants to pet the gorilla.
Yep. Touch his finger.
Those things are fucking scary as hell. Do you ever go to those zoos where they have
they're that close? They got the plexiglass.
Yeah, the plexiglass in between, and the ape will look at you, will come up there and just look with its ape eyes right into your soul.
Yep.
And you know that you're dead.
It's so torturous to the animals, because the animals it's like food is just on the other side of this fucking glass. If I could just somehow get through it.
I wish I could get my hands on that bald fucker. I'd twist him up like a pretzel, like a rolled gold pretzel.
Look at his face. Oh God, I got the munchies.
I think Mike Novat, who's been on the show before.
Yes.
I think he told me a story about how the thing turned around and like charged it and was like, "Rah!" And he got scared the shit out of him. I think that was him. Mike, correct me if I'm wrong.
I'm sure he will. Nah, I don't think Mike listens that often.
Probably not. Only if he's on the show.
These are the mics I know.
These are the mics I know.
These are the mics I know.
I know Lavalier Mike. I know SM58. We did our Cosby update. Oh yeah, we like to just make songs up now. It's that season.
Oh, is a cocktail napkin, this goes back to the Cosby thing.
Yeah.
Is a cocktail napkin really a roofie blocker?
Oh, yeah, I know what you're talking about. When they get up from the bar and go take a shit.
Yeah.
I just had to say shit. If they're doing it.
A shit or a smoke. And you take your cocktail napkin and you set it on top of your beer glass or your mixed drink. Yeah. And then go to the bathroom.
Or a coaster. They do a coaster sometimes.
Yeah. Is that really a roofie blocker? Because some kids just lift the napkin, drop the roofie in, and put the napkin back.
I guess it's not for you.
It hasn't yet. It hasn't happened yet.
No, I mean, it hasn't stopped you yet.
No. It's not like a lot. That could be a new invention.
Who wants to have some drugged person? Who wants to have sex with a drugged person? I've got no idea who would want that.
Especially
besides Cosby.
Especially at a bar. I mean, they're drinking already. Do you really want to get them that out of control where you got to deal with them?
This all goes back to the same shit, like the whole strip club thing where people pay people to pretend they like them.
Yeah.
Isn't the part about being intimate with somebody about them actually being involved with it and wanting to be there?
Wanting to be there, yeah, that could be part of it.
I just don't understand any of that shit. Cosby probably could have walked around and got any woman he wanted to without having to do that. What's the fucking fun in that? It's dark in here, isn't it?
I want some strange.
Dark. I keep my rooms cold and dark my victims.
I just did the Sling Blade voice.
I know. We're not even doing a Cosby voice. What is the Cosby voice? That's Fat Albert. Yeah. You think he was doing that one?
Hey.
He's got him passed out in the room for a little while.
Your drink.
Comes through the door and he's just going, hey. How about
How about finishing your drink
or whatever Mush Mouth used to talk like. I don't know. We're getting close here.
Oh, we are. We're already. Wow.
I just want you to know, Davin, that whatever happens, I've got your back. I do. You know why? You know why I love that phrase?
Because that means you're standing behind me.
Because I don't have to be involved. I'm just standing behind you. If anything's going to happen, I got your back. I'll just push you into the danger, and then I'm right behind you.
I got your back.
Yeah. I'm not on your side. If I were on your side, I would be there helping you. But anybody who says they have your back is really just telling you that they don't want anything to do with the problem.
That's true. And I wonder if, now, listeners, when you go for a walk with your woman or your man or what, your significant other or whoever, the man is supposed to stand on the traffic side.
That's the traditional.
Does anyone follow tradition anymore?
I think I do that. I think. We'll have to ask Lisa about that.
No, she probably takes the A position and keeps you on the side, hoping to get your insurance money.
No, I don't think so. No, I think she's pretty traditional about that shit. Yeah. Where, like when we sit in a theater, I have to be on the aisle.
Okay. She opens doors for you, though?
No. She doesn't do that. And then, I have to go in first because I have to open the door, not because of chivalry, but because of germs. She doesn't like to touch any door handles.
Oh.
What? What was that groaning noise?
Because I'm just thinking about you walking into a lighting store. For some reason, because you like to cover up lights, and now she's got this phobia with germs. Your whole house is weird.
I don't have a fear of lights. I just like to cover them up so I can sleep better.
And you taught your dog how to ring the bell to go outside.
Yeah, and you did too.
Yeah, but yours rings the bell and goes outside, then comes in and poops.
Well, that's because my dog's stupid. My dog's not a real dog. Weird Karen dog.
Karen. You named your dog Karen. You're still stupid.
Anyway, I got your back. And you know what? We're at a long show. We're at 53 minutes now.
Yep, and we've got your back, listeners.
So make sure that you share and share.
And we'll prove we're in a car. Hang on.
Download.
There.
Hey!
I just beeped my horn.
Do it again. There it was. The classic toot toot toot
toot toot toot toot toot. Is anyone looking at us?
I feel like we should have been high. We talked about the show might have been better if we could just be high.
Sitting in a parking lot.
Yeah, waiting for the cops to show up. Because we are pretty suspicious right here. It's like right on a corner.
Let's get out of here, Jerry.
Yeah, let's do that. I hope the noise didn't bother you guys too much, but I hope you like the show. Take it easy.
Papa Wheelie.